the Seahawks, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at the Seahawks team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. Here's 2nd and 3. They go again with Davis. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
And that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. Play action. It's Trubisky. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Trubisky to throw. That's caught. It's Coleman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks set to go on offense here, and it is the Pro Bowler Geno Smith at quarterback, Charles, in his 12th NFL season.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
First carry here for Ken Walker. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Smith now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary. He was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Johnson on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. Trey Brown there on the stop. The Bills had 1 and 6 now, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here, and now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 16 carries, 92 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. We'll get that to Charbonnet. How did he stay on his feet? Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Out of the gun, Smith. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Tyrell Dotson there on the tackle.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. A dump off for Davis. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They go back to the ground now with Davis. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not... Now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. They keep it with Davis on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This is Coleman with a grab. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
They'll run for it with Davis. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. That's out quickly to Chenault. Fights through and now a crease. Still fighting for more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, you put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Second and 7. They hand off to their big tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Trubisky back into his end zone. He had him there open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable for Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
To throw is Smith. He's got it with the 15. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Noah Fant, 42 yards. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
goes for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing here, Trubisky. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now Trubisky. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Davis will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Here's Smith. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to go up top again. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Chris Olave with a touchdown reception from Derek Carr. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Baker Mayfield leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. For the Seahawks in the first half, they were led by their quarterback, Geno Smith. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Seahawks offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from Walker hit and the ball is out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they've got to be thrilled with the situation they've inherited here. Thank you, defense.
Thank you, indeed. They set them up in the short field ahead of them, and now they've got a good chance to strike quickly and take the lead.
They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. Play action. Now Trubisky. He dumps this off underneath. Here's Davis. It'll be a gain of 5, and it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And Davis, he's not going to get there. Unable to make it to the yellow line. They stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 4. Now Geno. He finds Smith and Jigba. Still going. Dances by him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Give to Walker on the read option. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing now is Geno. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down. Geno now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And he will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bills offense and their running back Ray Davis ready to take over once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Trubisky will throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now it's Lockett. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Smith. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Johnson to return it. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown. And their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A 1st down carry for Davis. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
play action. It's Trubisky. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we saw them with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they wanted to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw.
And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Now Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. Completes it to Davis. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. From the gun, a give to Davis. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And quickly, they get to the line. They go play action. Trubisky, flush to his right. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Trubisky.
He'll drop this off for Davis.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Trubisky to throw. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Trubisky.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Trubisky to throw again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing here, Trubisky. That is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He's got it. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Davis.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 26.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And going right back to Walker. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Smith. This complete to Lockett. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll do a nice job here just to find his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Trubisky to throw.
That's taken in by Knox.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Throwing now is Trubisky. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And some room to work.
And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Being chased out left. take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Taking a shot for Samuel. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with a time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to. For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Here's Trubisky. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Now 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Davis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
Another try for Davis. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Helping with just a field goal? That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Seahawks,
the loss would have really hurt, but as it stands, it's an important win as they move to 3-5 on the year.
and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.